On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Rate Butler and why every affiliate in America needs to be on it. Hey everybody, Bill Faeth here from the Ask LIMO U show, coming to you live from, it's actually it's not live today, but this is recorded. It feels live, doesn't it?
It's live for us.
Exactly. We're here at the LCT Leadership Summit at the SLS in South Beach, and I've got, I think, one of the top 5 smartest guys in the industry here, Michael Lindsey.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, great.
And it's funny because I've been out of the industry for 4.5 years now, and I can remember I was on a platform called Rate Butler about 6-7 years ago. Loved it from an affiliate standpoint, but the question that I have, because I'm turning the tables today, is why in the hell are you guys not using it for your affiliate network? And that's why I brought in the man that built it, designed it, services it, because I think it is one of probably the best untapped resources in the industry.
And you can't argue with the price.
It's free.
It's free, so why wouldn't you?
Free is me.
That's
so
right.
Yeah, I mean, what is your opinion on that, Michael? Well, why are people not using it?
Well, I'll tell you a quick history, right? So I created this platform behind Lindsey Limousine to create affiliate network better. Back in the days when you used to fax rates back and forth, and then I'd have to take your rates and hand enter them into the system. I said, there's got to be a better way to put online. So I did that at Lindsey Limousine, but people weren't updating their rates because I wasn't giving them enough business, maybe, right? So the idea was, give it away for free, and then now the incentive isn't for the person who gives you 1 or 2 jobs a day or a week or a year. It's for everybody. I go and I put my rates in there, and now I'm sharing them with everyone, no matter how much business you give me.
So if I upload my rates into Rate Butler, it's not just sending them to where you have access one-on-one at Lindsey for Bill's fictitious limo company. James's limo company, or Dave L, or Carrie, or Bob's limo in Sacramento has access to them.
Correct. So, well, it's access only if you give them access. And so
user controlled.
Right. And what's really interesting is I always say it's like Facebook for the limousine industry, except no one can see your friends. So and it's a one-way share. So just because I show you mine doesn't mean I get to see yours. You have to, so because that gets you out of the situation where you give me a lot of business in Tennessee, but I'm using somebody else. And I don't, and you're like, well, I give you business, you should be giving me business. And while we'd all like to think that that's the perfect situation, sometimes there are previous relationships and that's not the way it is. So basically it's a one-way share. You decide who sees your rates, and no one else can see that.
So can you put multiple rate structures inside of Rate Butler for an individual account? So I could give you $75 from BNA to downtown Nashville, and then I could give Joey's limo, $95 because you send me $100,000 a year, and Joey sends me $500 on 2 trips.
Exactly. So it's totally customizable. So there's a couple things you can set up: primary and secondary affiliates, and so one thing I'll say is in Virginia, I think it's Norfolk and Richmond, we have an affiliate in both those markets, and they both service both airports. But one is closer to Richmond and one's closer to Norfolk. So I can set it up so that when my staff searches for a rate, the Richmond affiliate is the guy closest to that as the primary, the other guy is a secondary, and vice versa for Norwalk. So you can do that. On what the question you just asked, you can also set up individual structures on a per company basis, on a per vehicle basis. So I can say, I'm going to give Bill a 15% discount because give me a lot of business, but everybody else gets 10. But this guy gets 10, but then he calls me and goes, Michael, the 10% just isn't enough on the SUV work. Can you do a little better? So I can give him 10 on everything except 15 on the SUV. And I can give you 15 on it's totally customizable based on destinations, vehicle types, everything.
And it's interesting, we talked about this out on the beach yesterday, and just doing a little bit of prep, I talked to about 6 or 7 operators, which you don't even know who they are in the last 7 days, and I think it was 7, 5 of them are on Rate Butler. 4 of those 5 haven't updated anything, And I think that's really the struggle, and probably the frustration for you is it's such a valuable tool. It's 100% free. It's going to help you gain access to other affiliates, bigger companies like yourself, to send me, my little one-car Bill's Limo operator, potential business in Nashville, fictitious business, by the way. And then what I look at is really the biggest component is the customer experience, because now when James behind the camera calls me and, hey, boss, I need a car in Nashville to take me home, and he's calling Bill's Limo, I got to pick up the phone and call Signature. Hey, Matt York, how much is the cost to wherever the heck James, and now James is on hold, or I hang up on him, hey, I'll call you back. The potential of loss of customer is very, very high.
It just dies, right? The longer you keep a customer on hold, let's reverse it. The faster you can answer the question, 100%. The more it seems like you're in Atlanta or you're in Tennessee and you're knowledgeable and you've got the information. So there's two problems or challenges. One is what you said, putting a customer on hold is awful. The second one is why I built the site, and that is stale information. So now you sent me your information a long time ago. I uploaded into my system. I didn't have to call you, and that's what a lot of operators think. They go, well, I have the rates, okay. Well, how often does this happen? That you book the trip, then you bill the trip, and then you get the bill back, it's higher rate. And you call up and go, yeah, well, we changed our rate 3 months ago. Well, you didn't notify me. I either have to argue and ask for a favor. Well, can you honor the rate? And you're taking everything. Time is money. Or I eat it, and then I'm chasing my tail and I update the rate for the next time. So, and I think, you and I got into it on the beach, like, Michael, why are people not using this? And I think, what I hear when I ask them is, it just doesn't work for me. And so it's I'm
going to call bullshit on that because this works for everybody, small or large, right?
But they don't see it working, right? And so that's the hard thing that some people have the time wrapping their head around is that it's working when people don't call you, and it's impossible to measure how many times they didn't call you. You can't measure intangible. And so the bottom line is there's over 1,000 companies that are on it. I can look at statistics of logins. There are a fair amount of people that are using it on a regular basis. It does a lot of stuff that we're not even talking about. Notifying you of searches in your area from affiliates, things like that. Not telling you which affiliate it is, but the popular areas, things like that. But I think it's free. It'll take you less than 2 hours to update your rates. And then how often do we really? I mean, I last updated my rates 3 years ago or something. Don't tell me that. Well, then it's one more thing to update. Well, when's the last time you updated your rates?
You said it. You forget it. Even the companies that are increasing rates on an annual basis, it's a once a year task. You create a tremendous amount of opportunity. Over 1,000 affiliates that are on the platform. Easy to use, and I think you actually have an integration with some...
Livery Coach has a direct integration where a Livery Coach user can go into their quick rate, and it's an API that goes right out. For those that don't know, it's basically seamless. So they can say Atlanta to ATL. It'll go out. It'll see, do I have an Atlanta affiliate, and is this rate available? And if it is, it pops up who it is, the phone number, what the rate is, and all that. So again,
efficiency, eliminating internal labor costs. There's a lot of benefits to it.
So let's just do, what is it? The elephant in the room. And is why is it free, Michael? Why would you spend so much money? And I can tell you, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on this thing. Why would you do that for free? And that's kind of like what people don't understand. I did it selfishly for myself. So I wanted to. I'm in Hartford, Connecticut. For those that don't know. Don't have a lot of that, local business that I can farm out, and when I do, I wanted to. I'm not a big farm out guy, so I need to. How do I get that information quickly? So I built it, and as I said in the back end of Lindsey, people weren't using it. Said if I give it to everybody for free, there's no reason you won't, and then I would benefit indirectly.
Absolutely.
So that's I don't know. I think a big challenge, and you work with operators all the time, is that. I just don't have time. They're wearing multiple hats. They're out there washing cars, some of them doing everything.
I agree with you, but the same benefit that you're getting from building this, they're going to get as well. And if you are already on an operating software, whether it's Limo Anywhere, Limo Alliance, Livery Coach, Hudson, whatever it is, you've already got your rate tables. So why not just? I assume you can upload via CSV, or do you have to manually enter?
It's manual, but we made it a 3-step process. It's like a 1-2. Like you name the zone, you put in the base rates, you've already put in your additionals, you check off which additional applies, and hit go, and it's done. So it's very easy.
What I guess the big thing that I would say is, because I think everybody that's in the affiliate game needs to be on this, whether it's a small company with 3 to 5 cars, or a medium size or a large company, nationally, internationally, How do they find out more about Rate Butler?
Well, you just go to ratebutler.com. and it's very easy to figure out. It's just basically a database that they enter information in. So it's not that tough.
Right. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm personal friends with Michael on Facebook. I know you're not overly active on it.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tag him as long as he says that's okay.
Sure.
When we post this video for you, I want you to leave your comments down below. One, who's using Rate Butler? Love it or hate it. And two, most importantly, if you're not using it, why? Because I want that feedback. As you know, I'm always seeding. I'm always asking you guys. I'm hoping this is important to you, and I think Michael's hoping the same thing.
Yeah.
We want to hear your feedback, and what I will do is if we get enough positive feedback to where you don't have to go and figure it out, I'll ask Michael to set me up with a fake limousine company, or I'll go in and do it. I assume I can do that.
It's easy.
And either Michael and I will jump on a live webinar, a demo, or one of your staff or whatever to show it to you guys. And I think, because the benefit is huge. All of those people I talked to yesterday, small sample size, 7 operators, the 5 of them are like, I need to get back on this.
Right.
Now, the question is, with all of you,
I hear that a lot.
Are you going to take action?
Right.
And there is so much positive in this, there's no reason not to.
Well, and we'll just end with, we've all seen a trend into everybody wants to get in that game, right? We're all searching for more revenue, and they're like, why not turn 2 trips into 4 trips? And so I've got my person going to the airport, but I can book them on the other end.
Right.
And you want to get into that, this is the easiest, simplest, most effective tool to help you to do that.
It will help you generate potentially, I use the word potentially, more affiliate revenue inbound. The biggest thing for me, especially after what was announced early this morning, I don't know if we talked about that yet, but Lyft is now doing 24-hour pre-arrangement.
No, okay.
So all the consumer has to do is go to their phone and they can pre-arrange for tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock a.m. today, right? So think about it. If that consumer is calling you and then you have to put them on hold for 5.5 minutes versus being able to go to their phone, as opposed to being able to have dual monitors or 4 monitors, which almost everybody has in dispatch or CSR land, to have Rate Butler there for your affiliates, and boom, it's $87 and give them instant information.
It's all about instant gratification. Everybody wants it now.
Well, Michael, thank you very much for taking time out of your day. I know we're supposed to be in a session right now, but I think this is critically important. Thank you, everybody. If you have questions, please leave them down in the comments below. You know how to get a hold of me, and check out ratebutler.com.